Barakatah Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai. Double honors and blessings to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the brothers out there teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom to the elect. And this the brother Urala Bun Yahweh, Bun Yasha'Allah. And this is my motivation focus on what is Jacob's trouble. Alright. And that's from the scripture from Jeremiah 30:7. And I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Through the Spirit, I be able to edify. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it." And now it is multiple things that in Jacob's trouble, because it one is the martial law, and two the RFID chip, okay, and and what and how we know it's to come to pass, because one is a prophecy, all right, and and who we believe that is gonna push that martial law is gonna be this guy Donald Trump, okay, and it's little things that's kicking up. They do a little test run to kick it up to yeah, like I just said, test runs of doing martial law. Because remember when he got in office, it was all these protests in like damn near every state. All right, and they had to shut a state down. They had to lock a state down because of the protesting that was going on around every Trump tower. All right, and I seen protesters. I was driving around Chicago, and I seen protesters out there, and they had the streets like it weren't like blocked off, but it was cop cars on like every street, man. It was hard to even drive down certain streets because they had them blocked off. All right, then it was cops speeding everywhere. So that's just a little taste of what it can be like, but that ain't nothing but test runs. But they had to shut down. I can't remember the state it was, but they shut down the state. I mean, it was a city in the state. They shut down the city because of the protests. Um, and before I go to the next scripture, I want to read this because all it is civil unrest. And if you don't know what civil unrest is, we're gonna go into it. This is from Wikipedia. You Google it, can pop right up here. It says silver was I like the civil unrest. It's the civil disorder, also known as civil unrest, is a broad term that is typically used by law enforcement to describe unrest that is caused by a group of people. Right, and with a group of people that rise up, against the governments, against the authorities. Okay, and that's going to continue to happen, because people are starting to see America for what it truly is. So now I want to go to Salakia, go to Second Ezra's, all right, because when the people rise up and they come against the governments, they gonna enforce that martial law, okay? It's they like because everything they gotta they want to establish that order, and ultimately they gonna want to put that RFID chip in us too, you know and it gonna cause that can cause riot too, man, because people ain't gonna want to take, they gonna be rebelling against that. All right, so they gonna be coming against the government. About It's gonna be people out there don't even know the truth of the scriptures, but they gonna know that RFID chip is not right, you know This second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. It says, "For the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand." Talk about the riots. "For there should be sedition among men and invading one another," right? Like I just said. "They should not regard their kings nor princes," right? They should not regard their kings nor princes. I'm talking about the government leaders. It says, "In the course of their actions to stand in their power," meaning they'll be going against the government. Okay. It says, "A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able." And why is that? Cause they're gonna be closing down. They be shutting down cities, man. You won't be able to get out of Chicago, Milwaukee, or New York, Texas. Like New York City. You know what I'm saying? It says for because for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right, let me read that again. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Right, and how the city gonna be troubled? Because when with the martial law, they gonna be having curfews. You know, you ain't gonna be able to walk outside at a certain time, man. They'll be kicking indoors, man, taking people, just snatching people away, taking them away, putting them in concentration camps. All right, it's gonna be trouble, man, and ultimately, they go back to Jake, man. Jake gonna be in trouble too. All right, because the elite's plan is to actually get rid of the Israelites, man. Whether we know we're Israelites or we don't know, he still got an agenda to uphold, man, to finish. Okay, and that's part of Jacob's trouble. Listen, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right, right. Like I just said, they gonna be kicking through houses, going in, and also go back to the riot too. You know, because when the riot, once the money get cut off, and the dollar bill not worth nothing, it's gonna be riot. People gonna be kicking in each other's doors, stealing from their neighbors. You know, it says, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for the great tribulation. Right, that's going into riots. Okay, yeah, but that was pretty much it. You know what? Since I did mention martial law, we're gonna we're gonna go into it. I mean, Salaki, not martial law, but the RFID chip. Okay, Salaki, hold on, let me see if I'm doing this right. Okay, this is a Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right, what's that mark? That's the RFID chip, man. 'Cause that's the major part in Jacob's trouble too. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right, that's talking about if you, and if you won't be able to buy or sell if you unless you had the RFID chip in you. All right, so you won't be able to purchase nothing unless you get that chip. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 603 or 6. All right. So I got one more scripture after that one, and then I'm gonna end it on that. I don't know why I keep pressing that one. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and this is for those of us who is in the truth, and those for who's of the elect, and this is in truth sincerity that's serving Yahweh Shem Shai. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right, and that's part of Jacob's trouble. That then going back to what I just said, the martial law and the RFID chip, man. Yahweh Shem Yashai, Salaki Yahweh Shem Yashai said that He's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Okay, He said, which shall come upon all the world. So that's come upon everybody, man, including Jake. Okay, it says to them that dwell upon the earth, right? To them that dwell upon the earth, that's everybody, man. So that's also part of Jacob's trouble. All right. So martial law, the RFID chip, shit, even the riots, man. You know. So that's pretty much it on that. I hope this has been edified. Y'all been edified by this, and this has been my motivation. And to that, I say see you next time, Lord willing, and shalom.